Yo, good morning everyone. It's Sunday, 7 o'clock. Let's get moving. Today's gonna be a lot like the past few days have been that I've posted of these. It's just gonna be like 30, 40 minutes, maybe more, I don't know. We'll do foam rolling, breathing, mobility, cars, some kind of full body stuff, get a little sweat going, maybe some light core work. So equipment we'll use today if you have it. If not, I'll try and give you some options. I'm not necessarily, once again, if you've watched these past ones, I'm not necessarily going to coach every little thing through today, but I'll coach a few things and then I'll move. If you know the stretches, do them. If you don't know the stretches, do some other stuff. If you got some other equipment, hit it. Try and follow along. I'll give you a few cues on some stuff, and who knows, maybe I'll end up talking more like usual. But yeah, either way, equipment, foam roller if you got one. I'm also going to use like a little ball if you have a lacrosse ball. This one's a little bit bigger that I've ordered on Amazon, so if you got one of these, great. Bands, do like some band pull aparts and some other stuff, hip hinges, whatnot. Light kettlebell, anywhere from 10 to 20. This, unfortunately, all I have is a 25 pounds, so I'm going to go with that, but I should be fine. But 10, something light. I also have some sliders. Might do some, some lunges, maybe some body saws, some single leg mountain climbers, stuff like that. Okay, so first 5 minutes or so, if you're not quite ready, no worries. You got about 5 minutes. I'm gonna foam roll and roll out. Pretty simple. You guys know how to do all this stuff. I'm gonna use the ball, hit the glutes, maybe the hip flexors. I'm gonna use the foam roller to hit my upper back and my lats, maybe hit my quads, maybe hit my calves today. Okay, but just 4-5 minutes, just some general rolling around. And of course, sponsored by coffee. And listening to Above and Beyond. Gotta start the day with some light dance music. Okay, upper back and lats for me first. Just gonna go like 30, 40 seconds each spot, maybe even less. If you're spending more than 45 seconds or a minute on one spot, you're doing it wrong. Hopefully everyone got out in the sun yesterday. I think it's supposed to cloud up and unfortunately rain, but that was a good intro week to the quarantine, I think, being able to get out and about. Next up, I'm gonna hit my quads. Okay, tops of the thighs. Doesn't seem like a Sunday, that's for sure. My plan for today, trying to keep routine going, trying to not just sit around too much, but the routine is going to be, I already went shopping this morning, store opened at 6, I was up, so wanted to go and make sure I got toilet paper. I'm loaded. But either way, went there, made coffee during my morning, routine, for the first 45 minutes, get moving, get sweating a little bit. Then I'm gonna read. Okay, just moved on to another book. It's called Coach to Coach by Martin Rooney. Super excited. He's a coach that I follow. Derek and I have both done his certification, his first level certification, so pretty excited for that one. I'm gonna write some programs for some high school athletes. Reach out if you have a high school athlete that needs a program, something to do. Shoot me a message, comment on this, and I'll reach out and we'll get something going for them depending on what equipment they got. After that, make breakfast, wake Claire up, go work out, and then just try and stay productive. Do some cleaning, go on a walk. Hopefully, if it's not raining. But just try and stay active, try and stay busy, try and keep a routine, not sit around too much, everything like that. So hopefully you guys have found over this first week a little bit of a routine, something to do, something to keep you busy, playing with kids, finding a hobby you haven't done in a while, working out, doing something. All right, if you need ideas, let me know. Yeah. I've been really enjoying cooking. Cooking's been good. Claire's been working. Obviously we haven't been at the gym, so I've had more time. So I've been cooking a little bit more. It's been super fun. I don't do anything super exciting, but it's still fun to mess around a little bit and try it. So that's something that I found to keep me, busy cooking. Cooking a longer meal, taking some time to, cook it out instead of having to bang out a meal in 15 minutes. So that's been kind of fun. Okay, that's enough rolling. Start to wrap up. Or actually, sorry, I gotta use the ball. Like 30 seconds, I just gotta hit the glutes real quick. Okay. Wrap it up. If you want. Whatever. Take your time. You can always pause this and do it later. It doesn't have to be live. So take your time. I'm going to drink some coffee and then I'm getting some breathing. All right. Choose a comfortable position. I'm going to do like 5 to 10 breaths. I'm going to get on my back. I was in chiro. Actually, I'm going to get, fully flat all the way down to my stomach today. Just to mix it up. Use my belly. And kind of press against the ground and use the ground as feedback to help me kind of expand everything. Okay, so I'm gonna go flat against the ground. Okay, head's just gonna be resting my arms, and then big breaths, pushing against the ground, feeling everything get big. All right, sound good?
Who we got? Oh, hello. Hi, Steve. Hi, Sky. Hello. Wave. Wave. I waved. What the hell? There we go. Hi, guys. Boom, boom, boom.
Like 5 to 10 breaths, all right? About a minute and a half. I'll let you know when I'm done, okay? Try and inhale through your nose, 3 to 4 seconds. Exhale out of your mouth or your nose, fully till the tank is empty, 6, 7, 8 seconds if you can. Pause between your inhales and exhales if possible. wrap up that breath that you're on. Take your time. Then we're going to get into cat-cows and bird dogs. Okay, so cat-cows, I'm going to do 5 up and 5 down on the cat-cows. And then I'm going to do 5 aside on the bird dogs. All right, that should just take like 2 minutes, so you can kind of roll through your own reps, or if you need, if you can see me, watch me, you can kind of follow along with me. All right. Don't forget your coffee. So cat-cows, 5 up, 5 down, nice and slow. Next up, I'm going to do some bird dogs. Okay, bird dogs. Back leg low, abs engaged. Okay, think about not letting those abs kind of expand out. That means your back's arching. All right, you can alternate or not. It's up to you. 5 side. Okay, next up, okay, I'm gonna get on my back. I'm gonna do scap slides, okay, for like 5 or 6. Then I'm gonna do dead bugs. Then I'm gonna do bridges and marching bridges. All right, it's just gonna be like 5 of all of them. Take your time. So, scap slides, dead bugs, bridges with both legs, marching bridges where you're holding your bridge and you're lifting kind of one leg at a time. All right, take your time. That should take 2 minutes or so, something like that. Okay. Scap slides, low back against the ground. So if I'm laying on the ground right now, don't let your back arch off. Okay, so keep your ribs down. Okay, back, shoulders, head, everything stays against the ground. All right. Dead bugs next. So when you get your arms and legs up, flatten that low back against the ground. Exhale as your arm and leg goes out. Inhale as it comes back together. 5 on each side. All right. Boom. Then I'm going to go 10 bridges and 10 marching bridges on each side. Okay, so on the bridges, core tight, start with that low back against the ground so you're not arching, all right? Be able in a position where you should be able to kind of touch your heels, all right? Marching bridges next. Okay, cool, sit on up. Just gonna roll through kind of some regular shin box today, but just focus on going really slow, knees as separated as possible as you go, okay? When you're initiating, Alexa, volume down 1. Alexa, volume down 1. When you're initiating the movement, so when you're starting with one leg, so when I talk about the trail leg, okay, it's this leg, okay? It's a leg that you can see the inside of, okay? So as you go, you're gonna keep this leg pushing down. So the outside of the leg is trying to drive into the ground or as close to it as you can. Some of you might not be able to touch, that's fine, but try and keep it wherever it can get to, lowest on the ground. And you're gonna open up as far as you can with this leg before this back leg, trail leg starts to move. Okay, so if I can get to here, I'm gonna get to here, and then that one has the follow. I'm gonna let it follow, but I'm gonna make sure that the knees from that point on stay as far away from each other as they can go as I transition all the way over. Same thing now, outside leg down, open up, then let it follow, prime apart the whole time, boom, and go. So get like 3 to 5 aside, take your time, get you about 30, maybe 30 more seconds on this one. Just go slow, legs should stay about 90 degrees. Feet should stay in the same spot the whole time. Okay, you can stay on your heels or you can try and kind of stay on your full foot. Whatever works. Make sure you engage your abs and sit tall. It should be kind of active, like one of our car exercises. Okay. Coffee real quick. Okay, so this one's a little different. Most of you probably haven't seen this one. I'm just gonna mix it up. It's called shin box tripod. So your legs are gonna be a little closer together in your shin box instead of spread out at that 90 degrees. And then as you go side to side, so if I'm on this side, the back leg, I'm gonna flip my top of my feet on the ground. I'm gonna put my other arm back, push into the ground with this leg and bridge up, kind of pushing my hips to the air, reaching up and opening up kind of this top side. Okay, you would hang out there for a second, feel the stretch, and then transition to the other side. So then I would just use my hands. It's a little harder to go no hands here. It's not as much about the transition. So you might be able to see, okay, boom, back leg, back top of the foot against the ground, opposite hand into the ground, bridge up and reach, push the top of that foot into the ground and the whole leg, feel the stretch going up your side, and then switch and head back. So I'm going to show you kind of from here, foot into the ground, bridge, reach, and open out. Back foot down, hand down, bridge, open up. You can hang out for a second if you want to, and just kind of feel the stretch. Don't let your back arch too much. Perfect, hopefully you can see. So remember, legs kind of close, trail foot, or kind of lead leg, I guess, if we were talking about if we were transitioning, lead leg, put the laces on the ground, push into the ground, bridge up and open things up. Couple more each side. You can always just keep doing regular shin box or like playing around in the shin box stuff that I was doing the other day, where you're in 90 setup and you're just kind of hanging out. Okay, but get one more on each side of this one and then we'll move on. Okay, just trying to show you guys some different stuff. Okay, so next up, quadruped rock backs. So a lot of times we do the rock back with one leg out to the side and then we throw in T-spine rotations. This one, both legs out to the side. Okay, so if you're watching me from forward, as wide as you can. Okay, you can go on your hands or your forearms. And then from there, you're just gonna rock back and forth. The wider you are, the more of a stretch you're gonna feel with your knees. You can also play around with how wide your feet are. Do like 8 to 10 rock backs, trying to keep your back flat, avoid it rounding. Should feel pretty good in the hips and the groin if you keep your back flat. Okay, shake it out. Okay, come back to hands and knees. Now we're gonna do hip cars. So 3 forward, 3 backwards on the hip cars. Remember, keep your back flat. Imagine you got a ball on there. Okay, or you can even set up a foam roller next to your hip when you do it. So foam roller right next to the support hip, and then boom, go through your cars. 3 aside, nice and slow, big range of motion. If you knock the foam roller over, it means you let your weight shift or something compensate it, okay? Cool, 3 on each side. Perfect. Okay. Now, shake out the hands again. Then we're gonna go shoulder cars. Okay. So shoulder cars. All right. So remember, you're gonna kind of reach behind your head, up to the ceiling without letting your chest rotate. You're gonna really rotate your arm in as you go. Reach it up your back, and then go back up and around. Okay. Nice and high, all the way above your head as far as you can. Behind the head, same thing. Okay, rotate your arm in as it's going back behind your body. Rotate it open or externally as it's going up above your head. Okay, get 3 of those each direction, each side. Remember, slow and controlled, no momentum. Only as big of a range of motion as no pain, and that your chest doesn't rotate or your head doesn't move. When that foam roller's around, or when your arm's going around the side of your body, imagine there's a foam roller next to your body, okay, that you have to lift up and over as you go. Okay, so it's about the rotation, but also the range of motion and the height as you go around that body, if you have it, without letting your chest turn. Okay, so after that 3 aside, let's get off the hands for a little bit, and let's do some ankle cars. Okay, so hold your shin, big circle on the ankle cars. Take your time, fight for as much range of motion as you can. Remember, this one's easy. Do 3 each direction, actually. 3 each direction. Remember, this one's easy to go through the motions on, okay? You get the most out of the cars when you almost think of it as like a strength exercise, okay? There should be tension, okay? There should be fighting, and you're trying to separate kind of joints from pairing together when they move or being stuck together. So right now, I'm trying to keep my shin still and move my ankle joint as big as I can through as much range of motion as I can control. Okay, but without letting the shin turn around or my leg move around either. So 3 each direction. Okay, next up, just get kind of comfortable. Doesn't really matter. I'm gonna do wrist cars. Okay, if you watched the other day, these are kind of challenging to do well, but hold your forearm kind of like you held your shin. Keep your hand open, and then just try and do big, slow circles, okay? We're trying to separate now our forearm from our hand moving. So separation at that wrist. Okay, if you can kind of see, big and slow. Trying to not let that forearm turn. So imagine you're resting your phone on your forearm, and you're trying to not let your forearm drop the phone as you went all the way around. Okay, you gotta get like 3 to 5 each direction. This one's hard. It should like burn in your forearm. It should be kind of hard to keep your hand open. And I'm sure your guys' forearms are gonna move everywhere. Mine did when I first started. Remember, I'm almost 2 years into doing this every day. Switch arms if you haven't already. But the goal is practice. Remember, it doesn't need to be perfect. We're just here to move. Remember, if this is all you do today, it's fine. Okay, you're gonna get a little sweat. You got your movement in, your mobility. You moved your joints. You know, as many of our joints through range of motion. We're gonna get core work in. You're gonna have moved kind of constantly for roughly 40-45 minutes. I don't even know how long we've gone. I'm just kind of going. Okay, in the morning I like to just freestyle. I don't really have a plan. Well, I do. I don't mean that, but you know what I mean. Okay, and after you get about 3 to 5 each direction on those wrist cars. Okay, we're gonna go to down dog Spider-Man. Okay, I think you guys all know down dog Spider-Man. Play around with the down dog. You know, you can pedal out the feet, do a single leg down dog, whatever. On the Spider-Man rotations, you can reach your elbow towards the ground. Before you open up, you can add in the knee flexion, which if you watch me, you'll kind of see it. I'll do like all the big variations. You can throw in a push-up, whatever, but I'm gonna do it for like a minute. Take your time, breathe, enjoy it, okay? You can even add in a little hamstring stretch where the hands on the outside of or either side of the front foot, and then kind of hinge back and try and straighten this leg out a little bit in the back. Lift your butt up, and you should feel a stretch of this little hamstring. It's kind of awkward. It's kind of weird. So if you don't like it, if you feel something in your back, don't do it. Okay, I'll show you again when I go to the other side. All right. The knee flexion part is a little hamstring thing where you just kind of pull your heel in your butt while your knee is on the ground. You should feel your hamstring working a little bit, maybe a stretch in the front. Okay, the little other hamstring stretch. Straddle the front leg, lift your butt up, and try and drop your heel back like a down dog in the back leg. Okay. Finish up the rep that you're on. I'm gonna get some coffee, hang out for a second, keep stretching if you want. Alright, and then you can stand up on your feet. Sorry, I should have said that too if you wanted. Okay, if you got a band, grab your band. If you don't have one, do some shoulder circles, okay, do some other stretches, whatever, but I'm gonna do 15 band pull aparts first, okay? So if you got a band, 15 band pull aparts. If you have a mini band, if you don't have like a pull apart band, if you have ones that like we do for the glute stuff, you can always throw one of those on and do some lateral band walks if you want to. Okay, after the 15 band pull aparts, I'm gonna go 15 no monies. All right, or sorry, 10 no monies. Okay, so it's burn. All right, so palms up, grip about your body width, elbows by your side, squeeze your shoulder blades, pull the band apart. Don't let your back arch as you go. After the 10, okay, band around your feet, do some RDLs or some hip hinges. Okay, so band around your feet, grab the band like you have kind of some weights by your side, and then just hinge back and forth, all right? You can always do this with a light kettlebell if you want to, or just your body weight. It's good to just work on that hip hinge and move. Okay, after those 10, you can set that down. Okay, next up, grab a kettlebell or even a dumbbell should work. I'm gonna go through just some light movements on that. Start with more like mobility stuff and then work up to just some light general strength. You don't need to wait for this either, too, for at least the first one, for sure. Prying squat, so grab your weight, spread out like you're gonna do a goblet squat. All the way to the bottom, push your knees out, just hang. Okay, so we're gonna sit there. Push your knees out, try and keep your feet flat, fully gripping the ground, not caving in. You can just kind of like rock in and out. Keep your elbows connected to the inside of your knees and try and spread your knees more and more and more as you go. And breathe, try and breathe. From the side, I'm just gonna set this down, you guys keep going. Boom, try and keep the back flat. If it's a little rounded, that's okay, just don't let it go like super crazy. Okay, so try and keep that back flat. Light movement side to side. Sit your butt deeper towards the floor. Try and get that chest up, always trying to improve your posture while you're getting relaxed. About 10 more seconds. And then before you stand up, set the bell down and then kind of shake it out. It's going to be a little rough when you stand up, so shake it out. Perfect. Cool. Okay. Next up, get back down on the ground. Okay. Straight leg raises, holding the weight. So you can do this with a dumbbell, or you can do this with no weight too. Okay, so you're just gonna go back flat, weight up, both legs straight, opposite leg is gonna flex, and you're just trying to keep your core tight, both legs really, really, really straight. Not letting your knees bend, keeping your toes flexed. For those of you that are super mobile, that can just fling your leg up, okay, try and really tighten up your core. Try and keep your legs as fully locked out as you can. Go really slow, almost try and make yourself be limited. Okay, for some of you, if you just fling your leg up, it'll bend a little bit, and that little bit of hamstring slack is gonna make it easier. Okay, but you don't want that, okay? Try and make it harder. 5, 5 aside. Think about squeezing your quads to lock your knees out, flex your toes up toward your shins. Okay, next up. Okay, pullovers with the kettlebell. So you're gonna hold your legs at 90 degrees, and then you're just gonna do like little straight arm pullovers. Okay, if you have a dumbbell, you can hold it kind of by the outsides. If you have a medicine ball, you can do it with a medicine ball. If the kettlebell's too heavy for you, just do some dead bugs. Okay, hold your legs at 90, pin your back into the ground. Exhale. And then inhale. As you go down and exhale, don't let your back come off the ground. Do 8. Okay, next up, Turkish get-ups, just to the elbow. Okay, so if you don't know what the Turkish get-up is, try and watch me for a few, but I'm gonna give you 5 to 8 aside, depending on if you know them, you can start going. All right, hold the weight, arm up. You can hold a weight or no weight. You can just make a fist if you don't have weight. Arm up, leg bent on this side. The other arm and leg are flat on the ground, kind of off your body at an angle. All right? You're gonna roll over towards your flat arm and leg side up to your elbow. You're gonna initiate by pushing through the opposite, that bent leg heel. So you're gonna push and roll up to that forearm and that elbow, get nice and strong, stack your shoulders, and then go slow on the way down. You might be able to see it better from this side. Leg up, arm, leg flat, arm flat. Push, roll, up to the arm, shoulder stacked, arm straight. Get 5 aside or 8. If you've already done yours, you can do a second set. Okay. Finish that up, stand up, shake it out for a sec. Okay. Some more hip hinges or deadlifts, okay? But you're gonna hold the kettlebell against like your belly or chest or kind of somewhere between your belly button and like your sternum that feels comfortable, okay? So kettlebell, weight, once again, no weight if you don't want to. Push it against that, shoulders back, hinge, and come forward. Squeeze the buns. Reach that butt back till you feel the hamstrings. 10 reps. After your 10 reps, you can put the kettlebell back. Okay, next up, if you have sliders, all right, I'm gonna do single leg mountain climbers for 8 aside, and then body saws for 12. Okay, so single leg mountain climbers, so one leg at a time, push up position, boom, slow, 8 aside without letting your back go anywhere, and then 10 body saws. If you do not have the sliders, what you can do is hold a plank, get creative and do a towel on the hardwood or paper towels on the carpet, something like that could work. Anything, even just socks on the hardwood or if the surface allows to slide, give that a try. Or you can just go plank and bird dogs, something like that. Just getting some light core work in, all right? Or mountain climbers without sliders. After mountain climbers, body saws or planks. 10, 12. Okay, after the body saws, I'm gonna go 10 hamstring curls with the sliders. All right, so you can do the same thing if you have that creative setup with like with towels or paper plates. Or you can just do bridges, single leg bridges, marching bridges, bridge walkouts that I did the other day on one of the videos, anything like that. All right, so I'm just gonna do 10 to 12 hamstring curls. You can do the same with bridges if you don't have a curl setup.
If you can't pull in because it's too hard, just lower out and then reset at the top, okay? So you would go up, slow out, drop everything, and come back in. Or you can curl back in, it's up to you. Come on. These ones don't work very well for these.
All right, after your bridges or hammy curls, choose a lunge variation with the sliders. I'm gonna go reverse lunges today, but you can go lateral if you want. If you don't have sliders, just do lunges without. 10 aside. Okay, finish up those lunges. No rush though. And I'm gonna do 10 push-ups. I'm gonna do 10 goblet squats. I'm gonna grab my kettlebell again. 10 push-ups, 10 squats, and then a side plank on each side for like 20 to 30 seconds. I'm just gonna get one round of that in, and then do some neck cars and some shoulder blade cars, maybe some toe cars, and then that's it. All right, so push-ups for 10, goblet squats for 10, side plank each side. You can do body weight squats if you don't have a weight, or hold something, whatever. Child, medicine ball, food, toilet paper. For the side plank, mix up your variation if you want to. You can do that like kneeling side plank leg raise that we've been doing. That one's good on the hips, or just a good old side plank. Okay, wrap that up. No worries though, no rush. Okay, I'm gonna get 3 neck cars each direction. I'm gonna do 3 shoulder blade cars each direction. I'm gonna get the toe lifts, if you remember those from the other days, trying to alternate between big toes lifting, forte staying down, big toes staying down, other 4 lifting off the ground and kind of separating them. Give that a go, okay? Neck cars, remember chin is drawing the circle. Chin to sternum, chin draws all the way over to the shoulder, lifts all the way up into full extension, over to the other shoulder, traces the collarbone to the sternum. As close as you can without pinching, without pain, without forcing it and things moving. Shoulder blade cars are next. They're just basically a big, slow shoulder roll each direction. Hands glued to the sides of your pants, if you're wearing pants. Okay, and then pretend like your shoulder blades are drawing a big square. Forward, down, back, up. And then another way. Back, down, forward, up. And then toes. Okay, big toes down, outside 4 up. Outside 4 down, big toes up. Do like 5 each, and then start from the top and do the same thing where all of them are up. Big toe only tries to go down, and then your outside 4 only tries to go down. Excuse me. Cool, and then that's kind of going to be it for today. Remember, I'm going to work out later. This was just trying to get a sweat, get more movement in than I'm getting like I would at the gym, since I'm sitting more, reading more, I'm kind of just around the house more. So I'm trying to do this a couple times a day to mimic how much activity I would get at the gym, and showing you guys exercises, running classes, stuff like that. So trying to maintain some normalcy, okay? But what you guys can do, okay, that can be it for the day. Remember, don't stress if that's it. I mean, I got a little sweat going, my breath got up a little bit at certain points, and you got all the movement in that you needed. So you can go on a long walk today, you can go on a hike today. You can go work out, still go lift some weights if you got weights. Remember, look at all the programs we have, the videos we've been posting, go in the files in the unit section of the page. So much information in there to keep you guys going. So don't forget about that stuff. If you have a cardio machine, go hit some intervals. All right, if you got a bike, 30 on, 30 off for some rounds. Shorter intervals, 15 on, 45 off for higher intensity. Go on just a long ride or something like that. Anything, okay? Stay active, do this again later. Do 50 push-ups, something like that. Challenge yourself. Just anything to keep going. All right, guys, let me know if you got any questions, anything I can do to help. Stay active, stay healthy. I miss you guys. Drink coffee.